Hello, students. We would be discussing the play Riders to the Sea, and essentially, we'll be discussing the themes and symbols of the play. First and foremostly, we'll take a look at the background of the play. Synge's first depiction of life on Aran Islands was published in the New Ireland Review in 1898. He wrote a book, The Aran Islands, and it was finished in 1901 and was published in the year 1907. And it also featured the illustrations by Jack Butler Yeats. The book actually reflects his belief and that beneath the surface of the islanders' Catholic faith, one could definitely detect remnants of the pagan traditions of their ancestors. Then we can also take inspiration from this book that how it reimagines and resurfaces the rural Irish life and truly depicts it with a lot more reality. While staying in Inishmin, one of the Aran Islands, Singh actually heard that body of a young fisherman had washed ashore in Donegal, Ireland. Despite the distance from Inishmin, the fisherman was identified and as an islander through the peculiarities of his clothing, which we also see, quite a big resonance in the play as well. All the Riders to the Sea isn't based on any particular individual or family or myth. The story actually draws on inspiration from the experiences of the islanders. I would like to draw your attention to the beautiful, picturesque places of Inishmin, and which is popularly known as the Aran Islands, the three rocky islands off the west coast of Ireland. Now, there's another profound picture, which is the last scene of this play, wherein the last son of Moria breathes his last, and all the characters are on the stage mourning his death. Now, let's move to the heart of the discussion and talk about the symbols. There are multiple symbols in this play, and it actually enhances the powerful message that the author tries to generate through the story. First and foremostly, let's take a look at the white coffin boards, which symbolize the presence of death all over throughout the play. Like the white boards, the rope that Bartley, the youngest son, uses to make a halter for his horse is yet another symbol for death. Thirdly, we can talk about the number 9, which is used as a sign of bad luck in the play. We see that there is no news of Michael for 9 days. Then Moria keeps weeping for her son for 9 days. When Bartley dies in the sea, some 9 unknown women come to Moria's house and mourns the death. The sea becomes a very important symbol. The title Riders to the Sea is a very profound title. The sea is powerful and is an ambivalent force over here, which represents both a source of livelihood and a symbol of death and fate. The play's title itself, Riders to the Sea, is a metaphor for the inevitability of death as the characters are constantly navigating the sea, both literally and figuratively, towards their end. The title Riders to the Sea is justified because it reflects the play's central theme of the islanders' fatalistic relationship with the sea, where the men or riders are constantly venturing out, risking their own lives, ultimately succumbing to its power, to its massive power, I should say. The sea as a force of nature is again a very important aspect. And the sea is powerful over here. It's unforgiving force that the islanders must contend with for their livelihood, often at the cost of their own lives. The characters, particularly Moria, are constantly facing the possibility of losing loved ones to the sea. Then let's talk about the symbols of the riders. The riders in the title refer to the men, specifically Moria's sons, whose venture out to the sea, whether to fish, travel, or sell livestock. The title suggests that these men are destined to a tragic fate, riding towards death at the hands of the sea. Some of the most powerful themes of this play is powerlessness and mourning. We see first and foremostly that Moria's muted reaction to Bartley's death at the end of the play actually reminds the audience of the enormity of her loss. She's her sorrowful list of all the sea that has taken from her. She says Bartley, Seamus, Michael, Patch, Stephen, Sean. I mean, she recounts all the members, all the family members, her sons, who are all taken by the death hands of the sea, serves as a heart-wrenching reminder of her pain. Grief, not children, is Moria's constant companion. At the opening of the play, we see that the sisters question whether they should tell their mother about Michael's clothes because she spent so much time crying and lamenting. Bartley's death seemed inevitable given the storm, yet Moria offers little fight against her final son's departure. When the women lay Bartley's body on the table, Moria kneels but barely cries. Feeling something akin to relief, Moria has lost all the men in her life, and the constant grief leaves her in a state of emotional paralysis. She knows that she's powerless in the immense force of the sea, in front of the immense force of the sea, and no prayer, superstition, or any kind of lamentation, yeah, has kept her family safe. So this inefficacy of faith has actually, left her a sense of powerlessness against fate. In fact, the one entity with any power in the play is the sea. It has the power to nourish the village inhabitants through fishing and providing routes for trade. Sometimes also, people go take the medium of the sea and then go sell their livestock. In contrast, it also has the power to destroy life completely, as is evident with the men in Moriar's family. The play is actually a reminder of the sea's power, both positive and negative, over the lives of the villagers. Power of nature contrasts starkly with the power of God when the young priest promises that God will not take Moria's last son, but the sea actually claims his life anyway. Then you see there's a lot to do with the aspect of superstition, because as I told you in the beginning of this particular lecture, that superstition is a part of pagan belief system. So we can see that Nora suggests that her mother might have given Bartley bad luck by not blessing him before his journey out to sea. Isn't it sorrow enough? Enough is on everyone on in this house without your sending him out with an unlucky word. That's the profound line of the sister for the mother who knows the inevitable end of Bartley. Then we see another important theme of religion and spirituality, which can be seen through the character of Moria. Moria is, she's thinking about the return of Michael's, if Michael comes back, or if at least one can get Michael's body and to offer a proper funeral to him. When Bartley's body is returned, she blesses it with holy water. Throughout the play, the characters actually, keep on praying to God and ask for blessings. Everyone views the young Catholic priest as a prominent community leader under the religious surface. However, it becomes clear that Moria and perhaps the community at large has some kind of trust issue that emerges in the people. The family's religious comments, such as God help us, the blessings of God on you, God spare us, seem mechanical rather than reverential, suggesting that somehow they have lost the meaning in prayers. Somehow still they are grappling with the loss and tries to hold on to the religious faith for some kind of courage. Lastly, we see the inevitability of faith in this particular drama. Moria has tried everything from Catholic devotion to pagan superstition to keep death from claiming her family members, her sons, her father-in-law, her husband, and yet it comes for them time and again. Despite her best efforts, Moria seems to know she cannot stop fate, which is why she buys the coffin boards and why she puts up little fight to stop her last living son from going to the sea. When Bartley dies, Moria feels a sense of relief, which is quite disheartening, which is quite heart-wrenching, that finally her men are all together this time, and notes no man at all can be living forever. She understands the inevitability of death in every human being's life, and we must be satisfied. She views early death as the fate of all young men, a fate she's powerless to stop, which is why she tells lets Bartley leave without her blessing. Moria even senses it will do him no good in the end. So this was a comprehensive overview, I should say, about the themes and the symbols of the play, The Riders to the Sea by J.M. Synge. Thank you.